Hello, welcome back into the ACE and the whole podcast, brother dude Jack, brother dude. We got a pretty simple show, pretty back to roots show for us this week. We got SummerSlam that just happened. As far as Contenders Cup, Cliff, I think you won.
I did.
No, you two tied. No, you didn't.
No.
Cliff won. Yeah, Cliff won.
I won the cup. You won the overall event.
Yeah, but let's just acknowledge this as another defense of my title, shall we?
Let's also acknowledge that Cliff came close to beating you last night.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He was never close. You want to know why? I'm superior in every single way to both of you and all the normal casual viewers at home. I can tell the things that are going to happen before they happen, which is why I had Bianca, which is why I had Roman. You guys bet against Roman. You guys bet against the pretty much the crown jewel of WWE as of right now. You guys bet against him like he'd lose. Okay, nice try.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting Jimmy to pull whatever the hell Jimmy did.
Hey, don't spoil the episode. Come on now.
I didn't say what he did.
Come on. But the only two I got wrong were Drew and Finn, and we all had Finn.
We all got that wrong.
It was the Drew thing that
really
put
only
him
lost
ahead of
by
you at one moment, and then the women's match put you back ahead.
I wasn't worried about that because that was I acknowledged that I didn't think that was going to happen, but I wanted it to happen because I thought Finn would win, and I thought that would let Gunther face Finn for the World Heavyweight title. That was my thought process. Go back and watch the product we put out. Maybe remember a little bit. You got that big noggin of yours. We see it shiny every week. There's got to be something up there. Use that to...
30 concussions. It's already wanted.
But, another title defense. Recognized or unrecognized, I don't care. I wouldn't have lost the title regardless. Match. But Cliff has the Contenders Cup. Wait, I thought you guys said we were tied going into...
We are.
I'm just too lazy to find my trophy.
Okay, it had me confused because Cliff was celebrating like we weren't. I was about to say, because that made our entire conversation before this just completely null and void.
Yeah, no, we're tied up.
But since we are tied in the Contenders Cup...
Ooh.
You see, this is why I need to win the Contenders Cup. Because mine is a constant. Yours keeps changing off of whatever you have at arm's reach. You just call it your Contenders Cup. Mine is silver and illustrious, and
I moved shit around in my room.
Honorable.
I had to change my setup. Honorable. Okay, I changed my setup.
That's a nice
because
secondary
I had a room
title.
for bed. And
speaking of secondary titles, still, the ace in the hole, national. Whatever we called it last time.
Champion,
National Association Sports Champion. Thanks, Alex Pillow.
Bro,
anyway.
If that thing went green, he wouldn't have made it. That's literally what they were saying.
He was not gonna. I saw some of the pictures of the rubber off the racing line.
It was crazy.
My God, it was so dirty.
But
anyway,
little sports plug for later in the week. Thursday, 4:30 a.m. It's going up. Hopefully, barring any issues,
unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, seeing as we've had a lot of those here lately. But so overall, I won. Cliff takes the Contender Cup, ties it. But not only this, that means that they are tied, and we have come together as a collective, and solely because I enjoy drama, I enjoy tension, they're going to be tied going into the final Contenders Cup deciding pay-per-view, which is the Impact X NJPW Into the Multiverse 2, which we will be predicting next week, and the winner of that faces yours truly at AEW All In at Wembley Stadium.
Hopefully we have more matches announced.
So let's say, hypothetically, they tie at the Impact NJPW show.
I know it's possible.
they will go into trivia sudden death, much like it did for the Ace in the Bank. So I will come up with a certain amount of trivia questions, and we will decide right then and there who goes on to face me at AEW All In. So that's just looking forward into the near future. But focusing on today, let's get to the SummerSlam recap. I'm going to mark down the order of the matches here real quick on my paper.
So, I mean, overall, I really do think SummerSlam was a really good show that the ending just kind of, made it feel off for a lot of people. It's one of the shows that I feel like is a victim of that.
The whole show felt off.
Overall, I mean, with the exception of, weirdly enough, to the 2 women's matches, I feel like the entire show was very good mid-B tier.
I shouldn't have said my statement the way I did. It was a good show. I feel like the matches got put in an order that did not make sense. By any means.
You know why Ricochet Paul had to go first, right?
Because of Jake's fight.
Yeah, so that way Logan could make the fight.
Which, that one was a decent opener. But
it was fiery.
Then we get into the rest of the order that we're about ready to get into, and it was...
Well, since you guys are talking about it, we'll just go ahead and start. We'll jump in. Opening match, Logan Paul defeats Prince Puma, or Ricochet, or whatever you want to call him. I expected more out of this match, personally.
Fair, but explain.
Knowing what Ricochet can do, and knowing what Logan Paul can do in the short little sample size we've seen, I was expecting a lot more coming out of this match. I mean, we got 2-3 really good aerial spots out of 2 of the company's top high flyers. Like, come on now. 2 people that are very able to do what was advertised, and they just didn't do it. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a terrible match, just wasn't what I was expecting from the 2 and how they were building up and this, that, the other. A lot. I mean, they have great chemistry. They did everything right. The ending was right. The right person went over. All this other stuff. It was just, I expected a little more. Just a little more to get me over that little edge. Very solid opener for the show.
I think so, yeah.
Kind of set the pace, especially considering what we saw next.
This is where we get into my statement of the order.
Well, don't start talking about the order yet. Talk about Logan versus Ricochet first, and then we'll get into the...
I was telling Cliff.
I really do think the only thing that would have made it better is if they would have made it, whoever gave Logan the brass knuckles, just someone more noticeable rather than just someone in his posse instead of Michael Cole having to point it out. Because, if you're like me, I couldn't watch the pre-show, so I didn't know who the hell that was.
He wasn't on the pre-show anyway.
Oh, I thought that's what he said on the call.
Mm-mm.
So,
no,
if it would have been someone like KSI or something like that, just anybody of note, I feel like that would have been better. But rather than it just being one of his just random people from his YouTube channel or some shit like that, I mean...
Technically speaking, Jake was in the area, yes? I mean, it was close enough that Logan was...
No.
How the hell did Logan get over there quick enough?
It's called a flight, Eli. It's called a plane.
It could not have happened for Jake to have been there and still make his fight with all the... Because being in a UFC fight is a day-long process. There's several videos out there about it. And I can only imagine what a boxing match is like, let alone UFC.
I didn't know the fight was farther away. I thought it was closer.
Yeah, so...
It was only done in Texas, I believe.
See, I didn't. I
like
didn't
Detroit
to Texas.
Houston, I want to say. I'll look it up. Anyway,
I thought it was Houston, somewhere in Texas. Yeah, well, Eli, go on about your spiel about the match order.
If we're done, I will. I feel like, because if they would have had the the best part of a match card is having a great opener, a great middle, a great end, and matches in between that can keep the momentum going. Amazing match to start off the show. Can't say it wasn't. There could have been more high-fly spots. I fully agree with that. There could have been a lot more recognizable names with the brass knuckle and stuff. We go from that to, instead of like the Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey match, we go into, what did they say, the third main event of the night? Or the second or the first main event of the night? Yeah. And it was Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, which could have been easily the middle and or towards the end of the show.
I don't think it could have. I think this was a perfect spot for it.
It was a longer match.
Honestly, I wish it would have went on
perfect
first.
Spot for it.
I think it would have been great going on first.
What? Cliff brings up, if it would have been first,
that logistically couldn't have happened.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
hypothetical.
The Jake Paul fight was in Dallas.
No,
by the way,
I fully think the spot for the Cody Brock match is perfect. I don't think it could have been anywhere else, because given that it can't go on first, you don't want it halfway through the show where the entire crowd's already burnt out. We saw what happened with Ronda Shayna. The crowd was silent. We saw what happened with the women's match. They were absolutely silent because it followed up another high-profile match. This was a perfect spot for it, and it was a great contrast to what we saw in the first match. First match was high-flying, high adrenaline, high intensity, which is what you want out of your first match. Your second match was supposed to bring it down to earth. So for those of you that follow pro wrestling or don't follow pro wrestling, this is relatively how booking should go. First match, middle, end. That way it's not like this the entire time, and by the time you get to the end, the fans aren't burnt out. Logan Paul versus Ricochet, Cody Brock, middle, end. This was the exact point for it. Unless you want to move it later in the show, but if you do, they aren't going to care about it because they're already 3.5 hours into a 4.5 hour show. This was the exact perfect spot, logistics-wise, everything-wise, for this match. Let alone, it was a pretty decent match.
It was.
I want to just point out that I love the fact that Brock was trying to win 2K style by countout.
Yeah, no joke.
We've all done that in 2K. Don't act like you haven't.
I've done it plenty of times, but most of the time when I hit somebody with the steel steps, I get disqualified, so...
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So,
like, the announce table, that's environmental. The announce table is environmental.
I was going to say, they have never called a DQ on the announce table, but I don't get what was happening, because I watched it, I said, did I see something wrong here? I'm like, am I just missing part of the plot? Because Cody goes to hit Brock Lesnar with the steps. Brock Lesnar kicks him out of his hands. Cody hits him, picks the stairs back up, and hits Brock with them. I was like, did I miss something? Did I miss part of the plot? Is this a no DQ match? Like, what's going on here? No, it wasn't.
We were supposed to get.
It was a singles match that just the ref said, "Oh."
So, as I talked about it in the chat with you guys, the stipulation with weapons and stuff, and it's something that's not new to any longtime wrestling fan. Environmental stuff like throwing somebody into the steel steps, throwing somebody through the table, that's environmental. It's there. You're not
or throwing them through the barricade,
hitting somebody with it,
or on the ramp.
If somebody like Rob Van Dam is holding up the chair in front of his face to hit somebody with it, and then you kick it into his face, that does not count as disqualification. Rob Van Dam brought in the weapon. He did not hit them with it. Technically, you make that face, but there has been many cases where Rob Van Dam has had that thing happen, and it's not counted. It counts as environmental. Now, you pick up the steel steps and you hit somebody with it, it is no longer environmental. That is meant to do damage with a foreign object. That is hitting somebody with a weapon.
And not only did he try and fail, he tried and succeeded and didn't get DQ'd for it.
And the ref was counting. So the ref had to have been paying attention.
No, literally, if you look at it, the ref is looking directly at it. Like, he's in the corner looking where he picked this. It was so crazy to me. And there's another case of this later in the show that we'll get to with the Roman and Jay match.
I missed the second one.
You have no idea how pissed that has me.
But focusing back on the actual match here between Brock and Cody, they told their story. They did their job. The story continues for Cody Rhodes. He gets out of this feud. He moves on to the next, whatever that might be. I think the next might be like Gunther or a returning Randy Orton. Who knows?
I could see it being Finn.
Who knows who's next for Cody?
Goldberg.
But the real question mark is who's next for Brock.
Goldberg.
Because Brock gave his sign of respect to Cody, shook his hand, all that. I want you to know this. They know this. They better not lie. I sent this in the chat as he was doing it. I said, "Oh, there's no way this was scripted." I said, "There's no way bro's supposed to shake his hand and hug him and do all this." And sure as hell, Triple H says that it wasn't scripted at all. Which that just shows the type of performer Brock is, and he understands. He gets it. And I forget who it was. Someone in an interview said that we won't know what we have with Brock Lesnar until we don't have him anymore.
It was Cody.
Was it Cody? I couldn't remember who it was.
I think
but
it was
this match, this match was predictable, but it was a good predictable. There wasn't anything thrown out of the way, or like it was kind of like Brock and Roman's matches, if you think about it in a way. The matches were predictable, but they weren't bad at all. They were good. Because they did their job. They told the story that they were supposed to do, and that's exactly what this match was. We knew what it was going in. Cody had to overcome the beast, but he's not scared to go in there and die if that means he can move past Brock Lesnar. And that's exactly what they did. Brock Lesnar kept throwing him out, telling him to stay down, stay down, stay down. Give up. Don't come back in the ring. He comes back, and he fights back and does all this other stuff. And it was just a perfectly told story. And a very, very good match. Very good rubber match. Very good bow on top. Not to mention, that promo video package for the match itself gave me very much so like the old classic video package
Shawn Michaels
promos. Like Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker 2. And
the Jeff Hardy versus Edge versus Triple H.
Yeah.
At Armageddon.
Just stuff like that. If you haven't seen that, I definitely... go take a look at it. But this match was also very good, and it's in the right spot in the card. Everything about this match was correct.
I really hope when Brock does decide to come back that he's got a new pair of shorts.
Oh my God, please. Brock had the entire crotch ripped out of it, and I don't even know when it happened. It wasn't.
It started at the beginning.
I went back. It was
at the beginning.
I couldn't find it.
I think it was one of the times Cody was up against the rope or was out. I think Brock slid out of the ring and got caught because he kind of stopped for a second. And it was the left inner leg. I saw it because he was picking up Cody in the ring going to knee him. And as soon as he went to knee him, like, he tore that.
Yeah, I remember seeing it like a little bit, and I'm like, oh, it's nothing. And then he comes back, and the entire crotch is ripped out of his pants. Like, you see everything.
Thank God Brock was wearing compression underwear.
Yeah, no joke. And this wasn't the only wardrobe malfunction on the show.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. Don't worry.
Oh, man.
Anything else about Brock?
Spot of the night.
I think we're good. I just wanted to mention Brock's shorts, and then we'll be good.
The Brock cock.
What the fuck?
So then moving on to the SummerSlam Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So this had the only return of the night in it. A 7-foot Nigerian giant Omos returned and made some noise before he got eliminated, and then it came down to the two men who have been going at it for a while, Sheamus and LA Knight. Yeah. Going back and forth. And then LA Knight finally throws Sheamus out to a raucous crowd there in Detroit at Ford Field. Place goes ballistic. The roof is nowhere to be seen. The roof is all the way up north in Canada. absolutely crazy scenes.
It landed on Brock's farm.
It was the right move up there in Saskatchewan.
Yep.
It was the correct move. I don't think anyone is complaining at all about how this match went and who won it.
I agree.
Because whose game
really
is
good
it?
match.
I did have a few things to say.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. This is the match that cost me.
Of course you do.
You
picked someone who wasn't even on the card.
I have a question that pertains to two people from this match. Didn't Santos go through a tournament to face Austin Theory for the United States Championship?
Yeah.
Yes, which is why he threw Theory out of the ring.
Okay. I thought that was supposed to be a match on the card, and then it just got
it's next week.
Spontaneously pulled.
I know Becky Trish.
They have to build that up on SmackDown because Roman is not advertised on TV at all right now for the next few months.
Well, they did it.
He's advertised in the Payback. He was in the Payback video.
I didn't see that.
He was in
that
the
doesn't
Payback
mean
video.
he'll be there.
I'm just saying.
It's always a cash-in that can happen.
But so that U.S. title is going to have to carry SmackDown. And all I'm saying is, with all this extra time, this will be a great time for old Bray Wyatt to come back.
Catching flies.
They did, and then my other part was they did a really good job of keeping Sheamus looking good. They did a good. I have never made this comparison before, and maybe everybody else has noticed it. The spot with Miz and Grayson Waller, where they
look so damn similar.
It was like young Miz and Miz in the same ring, and it was phenomenal to watch.
I cannot get over how goofy looking Grayson Waller is.
That's how young Miz was, though.
No, it wasn't. I'm talking body-wise.
Oh.
Bro has such an ungodly big torso and noodles for arms.
Austin,
like, it is so...
It's chicken legs. You remember the country music video?
It is so preposterous how a human like that is in the WWE. Like, it is just crazy to me how that bro's build is insane. He went crazy and created a wrestler, and that's what came out with.
So was Hangman Adam Page.
I will never be sold on Grayson Waller because of his build. His build is so ungodly whack.
I'm not sold on him, but
talking about that spot, I love that spot. That was a great spot.
That was phenomenal. And if they don't do anything with it, that is a missed opportunity fully.
Well, they're teasing Miz, Grayson Waller, and Karrion Kross as a little stable, right?
I could care less about Karrion Kross being added. Yeah, that one's a little. I noticed it during SmackDown when Karrion and Grayson were next to each other, and Karrion did try killing him and everything, but I just don't think that he's an addition that needs to be made.
And honestly, I think everyone came out of this Battle Royal somewhat okay. I don't think anyone was really damaged coming out of this Battle Royal.
Chad Gable shined again.
I think they kind of did Otis a little dirty, but at the same time, Otis really isn't the forefront of the Alpha Academy right now, so he could have afforded getting eliminated somewhat early.
I just would like to point out a comparison that I don't know if anyone's made yet. Congratulations to Omos as being this generation's Big Show.
That was something else I was going to. They booked him perfectly as a giant, not only obstacle to get around in a Battle Royal, but as a giant contender for at least mid-card through this match. He was heavily protected. People were going at him. He was able to pick. He did a double elimination with Butch and Matt Riddle.
Riddle and one of the Brawling Brutes. Yeah.
I mean, he did everything he needed to do to be a giant in a Battle Royal. Not only a giant in a Battle Royal, but a giant in the wrestling world in WWE. They booked him to a T in this match. It could not have been possibly booked better other than a closer towards the end spot.
Yeah, I mean they're finally taking their time with a giant So we will definitely get to see a little bit on how that develops. And really, the only stinker match on this card came up next. And who else is in it but Ronda Rousey? Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match. And I saw the vision, okay? I saw the vision. I was like, I am here for it. You know, it could be great. It was not great. It was the worst match on this card. But that's not saying it's terrible, because all the matches on this card were great.
Yeah.
So being the worst match on a great card, it's whatever. Give or take, you know. But
we have the fight pit. Just throw it in the fight pit.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, why didn't they just make it a fight pit match? But apparently,
I thought steel cage. Normal steel cage would have been fine.
Apparently, the match wasn't as good because Ronda and Shayna had their own vision for the match, and WWE creative said no.
I can imagine.
They were out there going through the motions.
Pretty much. They were just doing what they were told.
Well, it was produced by Jamie Noble, Sean Devari, who has very little MMA background. I looked it up as I was watching the match. Has very little MMA background to begin with. And you throw him into producing a match for two people who have been in MMA for years.
They have been in the UFC.
And
the top company in MMA in the world. They have competed at the highest level.
Wasn't Ronda an Olympian?
Yes. She was an Olympian in judo and obviously won all the titles in the UFC. So my thing is, when they come to you and say, hey, this is what we want to do for an MMA match, who are you to say, no, we aren't going to do that, we're going to do this? Excuse me? Really? So I think that's kind of where this match fell flat. I bet this match would have been a banger if they were able to do what they wanted to do. But they had to sports entertain us. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt here. I bet what they had cooked up was a lot better than what we got served.
Probably.
Because what we got served was not very good.
I did get in this argument last night. I watched it with my dad. When Shayna fully locked in, rear naked choke. I think they called it the Kajina clutch.
Karafuda clutch.
Yeah. She locked it in fully, and then he goes, well, why did they end the match? I'm like, whoa. This is MMA rules here. Ronda looked like she was not going to be able to continue. It's up to the ref's discretion. It stopped. I appreciate the fact that when it looked like
got
Ronda...
Herb Dean to be the referee.
I appreciate the fact
Bring in Herb Dean.
When it looked like the competitor was not able to continue, they followed and ended it. It wasn't a raise the arm and continuously do the 3 count or anything. It was done, over, finished. I appreciated that little detail with it. It wasn't much, but it was something.
Yeah, it just comes down to it. This match, it didn't hit, which is okay. Not every match on the card is going to hit. I just wish they would have gotten to show their vision, seeing as this was Ronda's last match in the company. I wish they would have trusted her just a little more. And trust me, I'm not a big Ronda fan. None of us here are. But this is up her wheelhouse. This is in her wheelhouse. This is up her road. And you're going to tell her no. That just makes very little to no sense to me. I don't get the vision.
It's about like
anything else to be said
guy,
about.
They can't do a death match or an Extreme Rules match.
It's pretty much like what they did to all the ECW dudes when they first brought them in, and said, "Oh, we aren't wrestling. We're sports entertainers."
That's why the invasion sucked.
Anything else on Ronda Shayna?
No.
After that, it picked right back up with Gunther versus Drew for the Intercontinental title. Gunther retaining his Intercontinental Championship. And I will be the first to say it. I'm taking Sheamus and Gunther over Drew and Gunther. I'm taking Sheamus and Gunther at Clash at the Castle over this match. Nothing on this match. This match kicked ass. It was exactly what we thought it was. What it was going to be. It was great. Start to finish. Well, it wasn't great. It was good start to finish. I mean, it was exactly what we thought it'd be. It was just two big men slapping the hell out of each other, and the last one standing won. So I've made this analogy with Roman Reigns before. If you see one Roman match, you've seen them all. Gunther is kind of the same way, but not in a bad way. You go to Gunther to watch a human car wreck. You go to Roman to see cinema.
Bro, you said that. Now all I want to see is Gunther Darby Allin.
Well, don't worry, because I think the next... it's Darby Allin.
Yeah.
But
waiting for you to say it.
I think the next feud for Gunther is Chad Gable.
I agree.
And I already know that is going to cook. I'm going to love that from beginning to end. Their match on Monday Night Raw, when it went to distance, all 5 minutes, was great. I can only imagine what they're going to do with 25 minutes. It's going to be a great match, start to finish. Chad Gable can go, and I'm glad he's finally starting to get a little bit of the limelight. And then Gunther going off the top rope like 3 times in this match for no reason whatsoever, other than he just wanted to.
It's so awkward, but it works. It conveys the message that he doesn't do it often. So when he does it, he's desperate.
I think the good thing that Gunther does, and why his matches are always so good, is because he brings out the best in whoever he's wrestling with. And there are very few people that can do that in any company on this earth. He brings out the absolute best in whoever he's wrestling whenever they wrestle. Which is why him versus Sheamus was so good. Which is why him versus Sheamus versus Drew at WrestleMania was so good. It's why if you look at pretty much any match in his run that's been so good, is because Gunther can somehow draw the best out of whoever he's wrestling that night. And that's why it's being looked back on as such a great run, because he's getting great matches out of everybody. Thanks to him and the people that he's working with.
I agree. And I really wonder how the agents and producers get like assigned and stuff. Like if it's like a mutual come together thing or whatever it is, I don't know. But I have noticed Chris Park.
Abyss always be doing the Gunther matches.
Abyss does the Gunther matches, and the Gunther matches always slap. So,
well, I think it's because he knows how to work the Gunther matches, and I think he leaves it up to Gunther quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, keep cooking, Abyss. Keep cooking, Christopher Park.
I wanted a Christopher Park shout out. That's all I wanted.
TNA OG Abyss.
He's going to get one match against Gunther as Abyss in WWE.
Oh, don't tease me with an Abyss comeback, bro.
Bro, I want Full Metal Mayhem in WWE.
He was only on SmackDown once with AJ Styles.
As Christopher Park.
As Chris Park. How old is he?
He's like 40-something.
He's decently old.
He's probably up there.
I mean,
anything else about Gunther Drew? I mean, two big meaty men slapping their meat together.
I didn't
Chris
know
Park is 49 years old. But yeah, no, I think it was a good match. I mean, I really do think that after Gunther breaks the Honky Tonk record, I think then he'll drop the belt, and hopefully that's to Gable. Because Gable is the closest thing we have to a realistic threat to him. Unless there's like a returning Braun Strowman or something like that.
A returning Braun Strowman or Randy Orton.
I would much rather see Randy Seth one last time.
Well, speaking of Seth, next match on the card, Seth versus Finn for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth wins with a curb stomp on the Money in the Bank briefcase after some shenanigans with the Judgment Day. And once again, I don't know what it is with WWE, but they enjoy their slow starts so much. Because this match started very slow. And then by the end, it's going 1,000 miles an hour. It's the same thing with every Roman match. It was the same thing with the women's match. I mean, it was just... I don't know if it's how they like to book matches. I don't know if it's... I don't know what it is.
It's sports entertaining.
It's not an issue, I guess, but like almost any WWE match now, you can like... If it's on a premium live event, you can go do something for 5 minutes and come back and you won't miss anything. Like for the first 5 or 10 minutes of the match, you can leave, go do something, go take care of something, come back, and then you'll be getting into the interesting part. I don't know what it is. This match kind of had that. Well, once again, great match. Finn, Seth telling their 7 years long story. I truly, truly thought Finn was winning here, and he didn't. So the story continues. So who's next for Seth? Could be anybody. Could be Cody.
I don't think so. I think Cody wins back-to-back Rumbles and goes after Roman.
I don't know. I don't know what is next, but it's interesting because the door is definitely open now. Great match, though. Great match. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I think, did Finn kick out of the Falcon Arrow or did he reverse the Falcon Arrow?
He kicked out of the normal Falcon Arrow. He reversed the Superplex Falcon Arrow.
The Superplex hit, and then it was rolled up into a O'Connell, I think.
Small package.
A small package. So it was never done into a Falcon Arrow.
I'm blanking on a lot of the intricate things in this match, but I remember enjoying it beginning to end. And once you get past like those first 10 minutes of the match, just like in any other match, like I said, it's a very good, enjoyable, serviceable match.
So we brought up the Money in the Bank that Finn got his head kicked into. Going into our Money in the Bank rules, I have to pick a card, right, when I cash in?
Yeah, you're the one that has to pick a card.
Okay. Just making sure. That's all I got to say on that. Just making sure. Just making sure.
He did say he has a surprise for us this week.
Austin, I hope you brushed up on your stardom. Just pulling that out my ass.
I'm just making sure. That's what I thought it was.
Eli did say he has a surprise for us this week, and he has not told us what it is.
Bro, if we got this far in the Contenders Cup for this shit to happen, and
it
you
very
lose,
could be a cash-in. It'd be kind of a waste to cash it in now, though, right after you get it.
Oh, look at the champ trying to talk you out of it. Anyway.
I'm just saying, it makes very little sense, especially when you got the Contenders Cup right around the corner.
He's got the briefcase in hand, but that's all as far as we've gotten. So, looking at the
next match.
At the next match was the women's triple threat, correct?
Yeah, we can move
on.
Cliff,
you don't have anything to say about Seth versus Finn?
It was a good match. I really just, I don't know.
I better say I wasn't sure if you had anything to say or not.
It's a good match. Okay.
I mean, go ahead.
It was a good match. I really think that if they were going to take the belt off of Seth, this was the right time to do it. But obviously they have more Judgment Day stuff planned. Hopefully JD, it's McGonigal, right?
McDonough. Nice try, though.
Hopefully he comes
McGonigal.
Fuck off. Hopefully that comes into play and Finn and him kind of split off from the Judgment Day, and then it just kind of leaves Rhea and Dom and Priest, and hopefully Rhea and Dom leave Priest, and Priest's the one who just destroyed the Judgment Day. So it's a good story. It is really good. It's unlike the Roman story, which doesn't need the belt. This story needs the belt. So that's a really good match, good story. I want to see what it has going forward.
We can get to that once we get to the Roman J match, because I think it does need the belt. But the second to last match on the night, Asuka versus Charlotte versus Bianca, once again suffered from the slow start syndrome. We got 15 to 20 minutes in, and it wasn't much anything. And then the highlight of the first 10 to 15 minutes is Charlotte Flair's top almost went absolutely flying off.
That was my favorite moment of the match, and it wasn't because the top almost came off. It was the fact that they were in the turnbuckle, just standing there trying to figure out what they had to do, and then Asuka starts locking in the Asuka lock. Bianca looks terrified out of her mind because Asuka didn't say shit. They were zoomed in at the camera the whole time, and then all of a sudden you just see Asuka start choking out Bianca. There was no words spoken at all. It is just Asuka locking in the Asuka lock, and that is it. There is nothing said. Her mouth does not move. It is just immediate chokehold in the turnbuckle, and Bianca is spasming out in the turnbuckle as Asuka is laughing. It is my favorite spot of the night, hands down.
Yeah, it was definitely funny, and then things boiled down. Bianca has a fake injury. She sold the hell out of that leg. Jesus Christ. They need to have everyone else take notes on Bianca's selling.
Well, I think the majority of that was the throw to the outside and then the loud hit of the stairs, and you don't see what happened. You heard
the scream.
I was ready to say, she was out there screaming.
Too. And then all of a sudden it's just camera
because she was selling that beforehand. And then she gets thrown to the outside, and that's where she starts yelling and grabbing everything. And she's trying to make it back to the ring, can barely walk, all this stuff. She's sold like a champ. And then how did she win? I know was it a roll up out of the figure 4 or figure 8?
Which
it was a roll up.
It was a roll up out of the figure 4, but Charlotte still technically had it locked in. I said this last night. Charlotte still technically had it locked in. The roll-up she did to Asuka pinned her own shoulders to the mat. Technically speaking, if we go through history of submission holds being used while a roll-up pin is done, Charlotte Flair technically pinned Bianca at the same time.
And you know what, though? That's a good argument.
I was ready to say
it doesn't matter because we had to cash in.
Too bad it doesn't matter because Io came down with Bayley. Bayley hit Charlotte and Bianca with the Money in the Bank, slid into the ring, hit Charlotte and Asuka with the Money in the Bank, slid into the ring, caught Bianca's attention. Io hit Bianca with the Money in the Bank right on the dome, cashed it in, pinned her 1, 2, 3, and
after a beautiful moonsault.
Have you seen everybody getting mad about it online?
If they're getting mad about it, they don't understand the same.
They say that Io cheated.
Have they never seen an Edge cash in?
Have they not seen the Miz cash in?
I was ready to say, have they never seen a cash in period?
It was and that's what people have said. It's well, you guys aren't smart because she still cheated no matter. It's a Money in the Bank cash in.
The cash in does not start until the bell rings.
Did they not see Brock Lesnar as Money in the Bank champion when they realized Money in the Bank holder when he realized that he had time to cash in whenever he wanted? It's not a required thing that they announce it.
The fucking Brock party.
And then this, because I was talking about it last night. This is such a great move. I was getting emotional. It was enough to make a man cry. Mike, I'm getting emotional thinking about it now. Michael Cole with the shout out to Stardom. And then I was sitting there thinking about all the matches. That means we're going to get Io versus Asuka probably. Io versus Charlotte, and then the newest returning superstar coming back over from Japan, Kairi Sane. So that means we get Io versus Kairi for the title. And that match is at. I don't see any bad matches for Io. Because we're going to get Io Bailey at some point. And that match isn't going to be bad. I genuinely do not see any bad matches in the future for Io. And depending on how they do SummerSlam, we get Io versus Rhea. Like, this run is about to be majestic. This run is about to be great as long as they give it the longevity it deserves in order to fulfill all of these matches. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be one of the greatest women's runs of the past few years. In recent history, this will be one of the greatest runs a women's champion has had.
As long as they give it the time to develop. This was a beautifully orchestrated cash-in, perfectly timed. And honestly, Eli, you mentioned it. You were talking about it during the predictions. What if she cashes in? What if this? What if that? And now here we are.
With it. I should have doubled up. I should have taken you double of points and gone with it. I should have done it.
Because, Eli, what I was going to offer you was a bonus point on if we were going to see a cash-in during the night.
I should have done it.
And you just shut me down before I could even say it. So.
Well, I also didn't expect to completely lose out last night. So the matches and the parts I lost, I'm not even mad about because, I mean, LA Knight winning, not mad about it. LA Knight wins, he gets a push. That's good. That's exactly what he needed. Io Shirai winning the belt. Okay, I'm not mad that Bianca won it.
Io Sky. Io Sky.
Io Sky.
Idiot.
Yeah, I know. I've
Dummy.
watched Dawn for a long time, and they decided.
I still wish it was Io Shirai. I don't get why they switched it to Io Sky, but
I don't know.
Whatever, I guess.
Vince McMahon. It's
because it rhymed with Dakota Kai.
Probably.
Doesn't rhyme with Bailey though.
Neither of them do. But it's like Austin said, perfect cash in. I mean, perfect build up to it as well, and it all that hands down, all around good. I wish we probably would have seen something from Shotzi maybe, because I mean that's kind of been built around the cash in and Bailey and Damage Control too. Why we didn't, I don't know. It made no sense, but
she wasn't on the show. Shouldn't have a reason to be there. Bailey. She was there for the cash-in, supporting her faction member.
Yeah, they still could have done something with her for it. I don't know. That's my nitpick.
Don't add too many ingredients to the soup, Eli. Just enjoy the broth you got.
Charlotte's bra was ready to come off.
Anyway, final match of the night. Roman versus Jay and Tribal Combat with the one, the only, acknowledge him, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, retaining. After some shenanigans by Jimmy Uso. This is what we're talking about because in Tribal Combat, the rules specifically state that there is no interference from any outside participants. It says that specifically they made that as a very specific point of the match. And then Solo Sikoa gets involved, and not only that, Jimmy Uso gets involved. So, what's the point of Tribal Combat anyways?
I don't know.
That's been my main sticking point of why I really just didn't like the match. Like, they made such a big deal about the whole Tribal Combat thing. And that's what I said. This entire Bloodline dissolution, if they would have given the belt to Cody at Mania, and the dissolution of the Bloodline happened with people wanting to be, the tribal chief, you can still have that without the belt. Because I've pulled up all of the defenses and shit that Roman's had, and it's robbed us of a lot of really good shit. John Cena's, record-breaking title. Edge's comeback title, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, many people who probably could have and probably should have had a shot to, be the guy. Bray and Strowman, I think, right?
It started with Bray, and I think Strowman, for the Universal was what started it. And then we've had Finn Balor for the WWE Championship. It's run its course 100%.
And I'm okay with the whole tribal stuff. I'm okay with that. I enjoy that aspect.
Don't you know that they're only in the bottom of the third inning?
If they're only in the bottom
Something
of the
like
third
that,
inning,
honestly.
I'm going to stop watching the game.
That's what Paul Heyman said.
I'm going to stop watching the game.
Paul Heyman said they're in the bottom of the third inning right now. And also, something else to note is that Jimmy and Jay specifically said a while ago that they want to headline Mania against each other. And it looks like they get to do that.
Wasn't that
I don't know if it'll headline.
They want to headline. I
don't think it'll headline because they don't have the belt.
Neither of them have anything
left to do. They'll definitely wrestle each other at WrestleMania.
Neither of them have anything left to do in the tag division. They've done it all in WWE.
I just want I can't wait till Friday to learn what bullshit reason Jimmy has.
As singles competitors, I don't see Jimmy getting a major push. I think Jay could as a singles competitor. Jimmy, it just comes across as he's the Matt Hardy, essentially. You give him a thrown together tag team like Matt Hardy and MVP at the mid card, and you give Jay a couple main event pushes and the mid card championship, and maybe a reunion here and there. But Jimmy's the Matt Hardy of it, as he is the guy who, on the microphone, isn't fully over and with the crowd and everything, whereas Jay has built up this thing of the crowd is behind him as main event Jey Uso. He has the energy. You can see it. He seems excited to be there. Jimmy, a lot of the time, just is kind of there anymore. He collects the check and out.
I don't know. I really enjoy the stuff. I really enjoy the tribal combat stuff. I really think it's a big deal, but I really just don't think it needed the belt to have gone this far, if that makes sense.
But it does, and it makes it worthwhile because Roman has been on this streak for how long now?
Over 1,000 days. It's like 1,080.
Too long.
And that adds more to it. And that also means Cody Rhodes can still finish the story.
God damn. But we gotta wait till fucking Mania. Unless they're gonna pull out some fucking mid-season trade between the brands.
No, we'll probably wait till Royal Rumble or something like that. But the belt makes it mean so much more because the belt isn't just a belt anymore. It is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is that belt. Once Roman loses that belt, he's not going to have the same mystique. He's not going to be the tribal chief anymore. That's why he needs the belt now for all this to progress. Now, what happens after SummerSlam? Don't know. I'm not quite sure.
Roman's going to go away for another 3 months.
I think this is coming to a head in a fatal 4-way match.
Tribal chief?
Between all the members of the Bloodline. And I think that fatal 4-way match very well could happen at Rumble or Mania. Whichever one they choose. Because you got Solo who's not sold on Roman a whole lot anymore, and then you got Jimmy and Jay, who's obviously at odds. Jimmy's excuse is going to be that he's gotten all the shots, he's gotten all the issues, he's gotten all the titles, and Jimmy had an issue with Jay being the right hand man to begin with. Way back when. Way back when. So now Jimmy's come back. He's mad that Jay's getting all the spotlight. So then now it's just going to unravel and snowball into this, that, the other. They need The Rock. They need something. They need something new, something fresh.
It's fucking Dragon Ball Z, man. They're going to take forever to tell this story.
I don't think it needs to end quite yet.
I think we're still on the Hame and Kamehameha, and there's still a few more Ames coming before we even get close to the Ha. At this point.
All I know is that when Jimmy hopped the barricade and I saw the black bandana and the black the hoodie, I got Retribution PTSD.
Not T-Bar.
See, I said Mace. T-Bar.
I thought they were going to.
Mustafa Ali.
God, the Thunderdome was wild.
I thought it was going to be the build into like the Fiend or some Bray Wyatt shit or Randy Orton, because I couldn't see the hand that grabbed him or something. So I thought it was like Randy Orton or something coming down or something like that happening.
No, I was hoping it was the other Samoan that's on the Indies right now.
The Fatu, yeah, it's like
the Usos' brother.
Name. Yeah, it's because Rikishi had 4 kids. Mm-hmm. Jimmy, Jay, Solo, and the younger one who's on the Indies right now.
The one that's at Notre Dame?
No,
Rikishi has a son that's playing for Notre Dame. I sent you guys
how many kids? Okay, I don't know how many kids Rikishi has.
Because I sent you guys that it would be the first time ever that for a natty.
Either way, there's a Fatu that's on the Indies right now, and he's perfectly brought in.
Is going around right now.
It's Jeremiah, by the way. Jeremiah
Umaga's son is currently wrestling on it, and he's the size of Jimmy. And that was also another thought, like, that was a quick sign to a contract. The guy just debuted like a few weeks back, and you're already throwing him into bloodline shit. That's a little odd.
Well, regardless, I didn't think the match wasn't terrible. Stinker of an ending, but oh well. What you gonna do? They gotta keep telling the story somehow.
True.
So, I think this falls into the history of cards, who overall was a pretty decent to a good card. Just the ending just leaves a sour taste in people's mouth. Because there's been several cards of that throughout history. So, yeah, I think that's about it.
Any final words about SummerSlam before we move on here?
I like Mommy's new haircut.
I do as well. I'm a big fan of Mommy's new look.
Mommy and Dirty Dom appearance is always welcome on my screen.
Mommy's always welcome anywhere near me.
Yeah, I bet she's let just about anywhere too.
Can we? I do have. It's not a part of the pay-per-view. It is the wrestling news, though. Supposedly, and there's been a couple different news outlets. I haven't fully gotten it locked down. Supposedly, WWE is, I don't know why and what the hell they're doing. Riddle has had enough trouble outside of the ring that he is no longer getting pushed as a competitor. That's why he was pulled from the Gunther stuff and the Drew McIntyre stuff, building into the pay-per-view. They are supposedly no longer going to be pushing for Riddle to have the championship, nor be pushed as heavily as they were doing it. And that includes his... I don't think he was one of the ones that got Me Too'd. His drug thing that happened, though, I think he's had a drinking problem. I think that might have been part of the reason he got taken out of UFC.
UFC was the actual substance stuff. And plus, he just wasn't cutting it a whole lot anymore.
There's a lot of issues that he has outside of the ring that I think that he has kind of learned from Jeff Hardy. that you stop pushing a guy and he has all these problems, and if it gets to the point where he's not reliable, you can't exactly push him to the top and have him stay up there.
Hey, all I'm saying is, if they're forgiving people with not very good lives outside the ring, I think we all know who should be making a comeback.
Dream. Yeah.
He could.
The
Have you noticed
Dream.
who has been backstage more? Even, and I understand Dominic has been on the shows, but have you noticed he's been in the backstage area more often?
Who?
Shawn Michaels, who was top of Triple H's creative control when Triple H took over. I'm not saying that Vince has no thing backstage, but we haven't really had too many updates in a while about what's happening back there.
That's because he's on medical leave right now.
And for the fact that Shawn has been nonstop backstage lately, and some of the producers have been showing, I think we're kind of maybe seeing a change of hands again. I don't hold any hope to that by any means. But
Bro's talking out his ass now.
I just have hope that Vince is gone. That's all I ever hoped for.
All I want to see is the purple and the sequin and the velvet come out.
Gunther.
Do the point.
Gunther.
That's all I want to see.
Gunther.
That is all I want to see.
Everyone. No one can beat me, and then all of a sudden lights go out and a purple glow emits around the arena, and it's Velveteen Dream. And up on the ramp is Velveteen Dream on a couch, and Gunther's in the ring with Imperium. Would that not be a decent way to have him come back?
I feel like there's still a little bit too much heat on him right now.
I'm ready to say it's just... It sucks. What doesn't suck so far, though, is the G1 Climax. We got a little halfway update for you right here.
2 blocks are done. We're halfway done.
2 blocks are completely done?
Yeah, yep. A and B are done, my guy.
Okay.
C and D have one more show.
So far, coming out of Block A and Block B, you've got Sonata, who went undefeated, and then Hikuleo, who went 4-3. Rest of the order in Block A was Yoda in 3rd, Rin Narita in 4th, Kaito Kiyomiya in 5th, Shota Umino in 6th, Gabe Kidd in 7th, and Chase Owens finished dead last in 8th. Block B, no surprises here. The Golden Boy, the Rainmakers, Kazuchika Okada finishes 1st. Will Ospreay 2nd. Absolutely no surprises there. Rest of that block shakes out like this. You got Taichi in 3rd, 4th, Tangaloa 5th, El Phantasmo 6th, Kenta, Great-O-Khan 7th, and Yoshihashi rounds it out in 8th. And the final 2 blocks remaining, you have Block C and Block D, are very, very close. Realistically, anyone from 5 up in C can make it, and maybe I think 3 up in D can make it. So I'm trying to. I'll probably say I'm working points in my head right now. I'm trying to think, but anyway, Block C is looking like this right now. You've got David Finlay, Evil, and Eddie Kingston all tied for 1st in the C block. After that, you've got Tama Tonga and Shingo Tagai tied for 2nd at 7 points apiece, and then the next 3 are already out of it. You got Mikey Nichols, Haner, and Tomohiro Ishii at 6, 7, and 8 there, who are already out of the running. And then Block D, you've got Jeff Cobb, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tetsuya Naito all tied for 1st at 8 points. And you got Hiroshi Tanahashi and Hiroki Goto tied at 2nd with 6 points. Then you got Shane Hayes and Alex Coughlin tied for 3rd, I guess, with 4 points. Oh, and Toru Yano also tied with 4 points. So 3-way tie for 3rd, 2-way tie for 2nd, and 3-way tie for 1st in the D block there. very interesting stuff coming out of this. I'm praying Eddie Kingston does not make it out.
He's gonna, baby.
That's just, I don't know. It'll be interesting. So for all you New Japan fans out there, there's your halfway point update there in the G1 Climax, a little over halfway, but almost wrapping up, and then we get into the actual G1 Climax tournament.
It's exciting. It's very exciting.
And then kind of bouncing off of that, we have 2 matches. One announced and one heavily speculated for AEW All In. You got the Young Bucks versus FTR 3, which is heavily speculated, if not already announced, for All In, as well as Adam Cole versus MJF, supposedly for the AEW World title. I don't know if it actually is, because Adam Cole didn't read the contract. So, as of now, it is a World Championship match. It very well could change. But that is your main event for AEW All In at Wimbledon.
Wembley.
Dude.
Wembley, whatever. I said Wimbledon earlier. I said Wimbledon earlier, and you didn't correct me.
No, you didn't. You said Wembley earlier.
Whatever. It's not American. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it'll just outsell all the American shows. It's okay.
That's a joke. Don't cancel me. Our whole 6 listeners.
Dude, why are you attacking people? What happened?
Champ's in a mood. He thinks he's about to get cashed in on. He's thinking he's about to get cashed in on. He's in a mood.
You got me on my defensive, Eli. You got me gates up right now.
He's worried about you, Eli.
I'm not worried. I'm just ready. If you stay ready, you never have to get ready.
All right.
I'll better say you two got the end of show gigs. So
Eli, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I am fine either way.
I'll go first then. All right, Eli, left or right?
Oh, you're actually giving him a choice this week?
Left. Just remember, I still have your wrestler to do.
I'm aware. You picked. I will give you a big hint for free. This man is a basketball player.
Oh, wow.
That's a massive hint.
Yes, it is. All right, you ready?
Nope.
This man played college ball at North Central Texas and then transferred to Southeastern Oklahoma State. He was selected in the second round, 27th overall in the NBA draft in 1986 by the Detroit Pistons. He played from 1986 to 2006 as a forward.
Point guard. Oh, no, this isn't who I thought of.
So front court, not back court, Eli.
Forward.
Yeah, I was thinking of a point guard.
Big man. Okay, never mind. So back court, not front court.
I was thinking...
No, he played between small and power forward. So 3 and 4. Not point guard. He wasn't a guard.
So is that not the front court?
That is the front court. I'm making sure Eli understands because this is rough.
The guy I was thinking of was a guard, though.
This man played for 11 teams in his career, not all in the NBA. His career...
Bro played in Shanghai.
Like I said, it was a 20-year career. This man is a 5-time NBA champion, a 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA third team, 2-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 7-time NBA All-Defensive first team. He was voted to the NBA All-Defensive team 1 year. He was the rebounding champion 7 times. He won the IBM award. He was on the NBA 75th anniversary team. His number was retired by the Detroit Pistons, and he's a 3-time NAIA All-American.
Not the NAIA All-American.
So he wasn't a part of the Dream Team.
And that is all I'm going to give you.
He wasn't a part of the Dream Team. That would have been a part of the accomplishments. So he was good, but not that good. Because you said 1980s? When he was
drafted in 86. And he had a 20-year career.
Remember, the Dream Team was in the 90s, right? If I remember correctly.
You're talking about the Olympic team?
But
I'll look it up and see if he was on the Olympic team. I don't think he was.
Because I have a picture of a Detroit Piston guy in my head, and I don't... It's bugging me because I can't think of his name. I can think of what he looks like, but I can't think of his name.
Rodman was not on the Dream Team. Fuck.
Way to go.
God damn it. Yeah. Fuck.
Hey, I got that right, though.
That's not even
in
who
my
I was
mind.
thinking
I got
of.
that right.
Because
the first hint was going to be that he was a member of the NWO.
I wasn't. I would have just going to be way off. The guy I was thinking of had a huge afro.
Eli, we're going to circle back around and hit you again because I'm upset. Austin, you ready?
That's crazy. Okay.
All right. Your hint is that your man is a baseball player.
That does not bode well for me at all.
I
don't like that laugh either.
He played for one team in his entire career.
Okay.
He's a 14-time All-Star, 5-time World Series champion. He was a World Series MVP. He won Rookie of the Year. He's a 5-time Gold Glove winner, 5-time Silver Slugger Award winner, 2-time Hank Aaron Award winner. He won the Roberto Clemente Award. His number was retired by his team, and he is an honoree in his team's Ring of Fame. He is in the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
So the one in Cooperstown.
Yes, he is in both. How in Cincinnati they have the Ring of Champions.
Oh, so he's from Cincinnati. Cool.
Shit.
Okay. Cliff, just shut up.
I'm just explaining, so that way I'm giving the proper hints, and that is all I can give you.
So he's from Cincinnati. It can't be Pete Rose because he's in the actual Hall of Fame. Because I specifically asked if he was in...
Am I lying?
I asked if he was in Cooperstown, and you said yes. If you did not answer to me...
That part is correct.
No, because I said that, and you said...
Or am I lying because I'm already pissed off?
Bullshit that I'm...
Okay, so...
Eli,
give me the years.
You're picking up my microphone?
You want a hint? I can give you the years and some more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my microphone's off right now. I don't know what's picking up.
It's probably going through a different mic. It doesn't matter. Give me the hint, Cliff.
So the hint is he was in the American League. One team throughout his entire career.
Oh, so he was in the American League. Okay, it can't be Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cliff.
No, that's part of the hints I'm giving him, Eli.
I'm about to say that's part of the hint.
Yeah. Rookie of the Year was in 1996. The Roberto Clemente Award was in 2009. And he retired in 2014.
Ooh. So when did he get drafted? You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, because it doesn't have that information on here.
Oh, well, 96 would have been his rookie year, right?
It says 95.
So he made his way up pretty early then.
Yeah. He was very quick through the farm system. Drafted in 95, Rookie of the Year in 96. 3 of the 5 World Series were won back-to-back. And in his career, he missed the All-Star game only 3 times.
I'm still lost. This dude had a crazy career from the sounds of it.
Yes, he did.
Give me another hint.
Okay. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2020 as a first ballot Hall of Famer with 99.75% of the voting, meaning that only one person voted no. He does have a nickname.
Wait.
He does have a nickname. A
Austen
very
knows
strong
it off
nickname.
the voting one.
He was not a perfect first ballot Hall of Famer. It was 99.75%.
Yeah, because someone didn't like him, because someone else on his team didn't like him. This is a New York Yankee.
Yes, it is.
And this is El Capitan.
The captain, Derek Jeter.
This is Derek Jeter.
You didn't even say
All right,
Derek
Eli,
Jeter.
this one's going to be
Shut
fast.
up.
El Capitan, as a
I
Yankees
understood
fan,
he
means
was
Jeter,
building
damn
to
it.
But let him build to it. Stop saying the names.
All right, Eli. Because I
Well,
fucked
the
up and going
captain is
again.
now Aaron Judge.
All right.
Let that be known.
This man played for 4 teams in his MLB career. He was drafted in '89. This man is a baseball player. 13-time All-Star.
No.
Thank you for clarifying that once again.
Won the MVP.
Bro's having a hell of a time.
What'd I say?
You said this man played 5 years in the MLB. This man is a baseball player.
No, he played for 4 different teams in the MLB.
Whatever it was. Yeah, you said that, and you said this man is a baseball player.
Yeah. This man is a 10-time Gold Glove winner, 7-time Silver Slugger Award winner, NL Comeback Player of the Year, 4-time AL Home Run leader, AL RBI leader. He has his number retired for one of his teams. He is in 2 teams Hall of Fame, and he is on the All-Century team.
This man has been around the league from the sound of it. He's been in the AL and the NL.
I didn't say the NL, did I?
Yeah, you said NL Comeback of the Year.
Yep.
NL and AL. Eli, are you cheating?
No. I was looking at my wrestlers 100%. I couldn't even begin to look up what the hell I need to look up to figure out who the hell this is. Can I get a team?
I'm just saying, I saw you scrolling your phone and your glasses.
Yes.
Do you want a hint? I can give you a broad hint.
Because one of the wrestlers I picked is their
This
page.
man was a member of the NWO.
No, shut up.
Rodman was not.
No, Rodman was not on the Dream Team. Fuck. All right. This man played for... I'm not going to give you them in order. Or maybe I will because I'm a dick. Mariners, the Cincinnati Reds, the Chicago White Sox, and the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, I already know who it is. I already know who it is.
It may or may not be in order.
It doesn't have to be in order.
This you want? Yeah, that's going to be your next hint. I have another hint for you.
Go.
This man was voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame with a 99.3% first ballot Hall of Fame in 2016. He also has a very outrageous nickname because of his father.
He also has the smoothest swing you will ever see
in baseball history. Some people are even arguing that he should be the new MLB logo because that's how good his swing was.
I can picture the guy, but I can't think of his name. And it's
here's a good one. If this one doesn't give it away, I don't know what will. He's still being paid by the Cincinnati Reds to this day.
See, I know I can't think of his name, and it's pissing me off because I know who the hell you're talking about because I keep seeing the MLB logo thing popping up. Gosh, darn it.
Wild part is I'm listening to the Wolfpack theme right now. I fucked that up so bad.
You said Rodman was not a part of the Dream Team. Wait, Rodman wasn't part of the Dream Team, was he not?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
Eli, do you have a guess?
I'm not going to be able to guess it. Go. I can't think of what his name is.
Shoot one out there. Just throw it out there. His nickname was The Kid.
Yeah, great. I could start singing the ABCs and still not be able to patch his name together.
Junior. His nickname was a kid. He's a junior.
I can't think of his name. I legit can't think of his name.
Throw a guess out there, Eli.
Because the first name that came to my head was Castanello, and that ain't it. I didn't even pronounce his last name right.
You talking about Castellanos that currently plays for the Phillies?
Yeah, I don't know what his name is. I don't.
So you're conceding.
I've been conceding. You just won't let me concede.
Austin, steal it.
It's King Griffey Jr., baby.
I couldn't think of
He gets paid $1.5 million by the Reds every year because he had that mega contract and they deferred it.
I had the pleasure to watch him when he was in Cincinnati. I want to say it was back in 08.
That would have
made me
had
six.
been 08.
That would have made me 6, but I do remember seeing that because he was also on that team with like Scott Rowland and all them.
Yep.
Okay.
Bronson Arroyo was a rookie that year, I think. All right, Eli. Don't fuck it up like I did.
Cliff. Ranked number 140 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2021.
Oh, do I not get to pick left or right?
Nope.
He's making
Ranked number 5 of the top 50 tag teams in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Tag Team 50 in 2020. One-time Evolve Tag Team Champions. One-time SmackDown Tag Team Champions. One-time Raw Tag Team Champions. One-time NXT Tag Team Champions.
Can I butt in real quick?
What?
Am I guessing the tag team or am I guessing a person?
A person.
Okay.
Secondary Tag Team Triple Crown Champions. RKO Bronament 2021 winners and 2-time Slammy Award winners.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, I need a hint.
His whole career has been a part of this tag team. Debut to now has been tag team. They had a combined 312-day reign. He was a part of a 312-day reign as tag team champions on both Raw and SmackDown. You want another hint?
Is that really the hint you're going to give me?
That's the best hint I got.
Yeah, I need more.
He is a part of... This guy has basically absolutely jack and shit.
Well, give me, active, where, moves,
he's active.
Nickname, shit.
Debut in NXT, he doesn't have a nickname. Debut in NXT Tag Team Champions 2016 to 2019. Raw Tag Team Championship 2019-2020. SmackDown Tag Team Championship 2020 to 2021. Evolve was in 2018 and 2019, and that's it.
Tag team wrestler, WWE and Evolve. NXT tag team.
NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and Evolve Tag Team Champion. Each once. He's never won a Tag Team Championship multiple times. The Slammy Awards were for Tag Team of the Year 2020, Breakout Superstar of the Year 2020.
You said they're still currently active?
Still currently active.
Is it Chad Gable?
Not Chad Gable.
That's it?
Womp womp.
Austin, do you want to take a crack at it?
Can I
No, I don't.
Can I get just an obvious hint? Since it's already a loss in the stat column.
Singles push was not too long ago. And it was dropped quickly.
Is it Otis?
Nope. He was a part of the Elimination Chamber.
Tucker?
Womp womp.
For United States Championship.
What's the tag team name?
Street Profits.
Oh, it's Montez. Damn.
He said, what's the tag team name?
I give up.
Alright, Austin. This man won the Texas Battle Royal in 1977. World's Strongest Tag Team.
Oh no! Oh shit, Austin!
World's Strongest Tag Termination League Esports Special Award 1991 with AJPW. He's a former one-time NWA Florida Tag Team Champion, one-time World Heavyweight Champion, and Federation Frances de Catch Professional. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing that again. 2-ring Battle Royal winner, 1974 and 1975. International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, class of 2021. International Wrestling Enterprise World Tag Team Champion, once.
I'm looking it up. I'm sorry.
Los Angeles Battle Royal winner, 1975-1980. Cal Palace Battle Royal winner, 1977. International Wrestling Grand Prix winner, 1985. MSG League, 1982. MSG League, 1981. If I lose power, it's because I just watched a huge lightning bolt light up my room. Sagawa Express Cup winner, 1986. Greatest 18 Club inductee. NWA United States Tag Team Champion, Tri-State version, once. Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum, class of 2022. I am getting
I was ready
hit
to
with
say,
a storm.
I also, we're getting hit with a storm. Both of us are, so we need to hurry up and wrap this up.
Yeah, most popular wrestler of the year,
Yeah, we are also
1977,
getting hit with it.
1982. Match of the year, 1981. Match of the year, 1988. Most hated wrestler of the year, 1988. Editors Award, 1993. Ranked number 3 of the top 500 singles pro wrestlers in the PWI years in 2003. Stampede Wrestling Hall of Fame class at 1995. NWA Austra-Asian Tag Team Champion once. Former WWF World Heavyweight Champion once. Former one-time WWF Tag Team Champion. There's something that's obvious that I cannot list, but it happened in 2013. He was a former one-time Slammy winner. He is in the WWF Hall of Fame class of 1993. Feud of the year, 1981. Most embarrassing wrestler, 1989. Worst feud of the year, 1984. Worst feud of the year, 1989. Worst work match of the year, 1987. Worst work match of the year, 1989. Worst tag team, 90 and 91. Worst wrestler, 89, 91, 92. Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame, class of 1996. Canadian Wrestling Hall of Fame, class of 2016.
This dude had a terrible twilight of his career.
Oh, yeah.
You said he was in the 93 class of WWF Hall of Fame?
Yes.
And you're sure it was 93?
WWF Hall of Fame, class of 1993.
Okay. Because there's only one. That's why I'm asking.
Austin doesn't know it. So.
Well, that means he was a pretty big name, so... I gotta guess.
You're fucking dirty, by the way. That is mean.
I want hints, though. I truly think I know who this is.
Put it in the chat. Eli, don't look. Put it in the chat, Austin.
I truly think I know who this is.
Because I legit, my room lit up when that lightning bolt went past.
Then give me a hint. Hurry up and give me a hint.
I gotta think of something that's good. He had an acting career outside of WWE towards the end of his wrestling career. He was in one.
For those of you that think I'm cheating,
he was in
sending Cliff a message of me, who I think it is.
He was in one.
He was in one really good movie.
Yeah, one really good movie.
However, he's the only real person of note.
He had an action figure made of a different character he played in another movie recently. I promise he did.
See, that actually helps me out a lot. Give me another hint, though. I want to be sure.
He debuted 1960.
Hold on, did you say anything about him being in Japan?
Yeah.
Or was that because he never won anything over in Japan?
Okay, hang on.
It was like a bunch of AJPW shit, right?
He won.
Oh, okay.
World's Strongest Tag Team Nation League Esports Special Award 1991 in AJPW. And NJPW was the International Wrestling Grand Prix 1985, MSG League 1982, MSG Tag League 1981, Sagawa Express Cup 1986, Greatest 18 Club inductee.
Okay. You don't have to read it all off. I was just wondering if you said anything about him being in Japan.
He debuted in 1964.
So what?
He was a touring.
What's my last hint?
Touring special attraction 1973 and then 1984. WWF 1984 to 1991.
Give him the one thing you said you couldn't give it away. He blew both hints.
I can't. I legit can't.
I already know who it is, Eli.
Who is it?
This is Andre the Giant, buddy. The Princess Bride, Princess Bride, isn't it?
Yep.
Isn't that the movie?
That's not the figure that was made, though.
What was the hint you couldn't give out?
He was body slammed by Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3.
Oh, the brass statue.
2013, he was given a statue. And Austin said that he knows every single one of them that was made. So, I couldn't give that one.
There we go.
Hands going in the pockets.
Austin's
That's how easy it
out.
was.
We gotta end it. Austin's lagging out. Well, I'm lagging out. One of the two.
I'm lagging?
You went up, and then it took a minute, and you went up more, and then you finally went down.
I think that's probably you, buddy.
Possibly. That struck really close.
Either way, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
The champ doesn't want to get cashed in on.
I don't want this to go down and then us have no episode.
Yeah. It hasn't struck again, but that was like super close. Oh, let's Stan Hansen lariat this shit.
I hope Eli waits until 2024 to cash in, so that way the contract's null and void.
Everybody is stealing Cliff's gimmick. Everybody keeps bringing up 2024. Bailey brought it up. Dakota Kai brought it up. EO brought it up. MJF keeps bringing it up.
Trailblazer.
Hey, I better say we're world renowned, so they got to steal from somewhere.
Hey, when's Survivor Series?
November.
Yeah,
November?
It's a long way away. We have 2 PLEs to get through before then.
Okay.
Because it's going to go Payback, Fastlane,
and then
Survivor Series, and whatever December one that they might have, and then Rumble, whatever's in between. So Elimination Chamber, Mania, and
we're right back.
Whatever after that. Yep. WrestleMania Backlash.
So that gives us 2 months, 3 months.
To Survivor Series, roughly, yeah.
Saying it now. deadlock.
I heard that.
You got 3 months to get back with us. There's no, they're not going to hear it, but I want to do a prediction off against deadlock. If they, for whatever reason, see this.
We might be... I might be able to pull some attention our way from them. We'll have to see what strings I can pull.
Yeah, you're liking out. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Roll it, roll it.
Eli, it's you,
right.
buddy. You're not going to cash in, Eli? You've been
we need
praising it all week.
I was ready to say, what was your surprise?
So my surprise was going to be, if we had recorded it last night, my dad was going to pop up in the episode. And he was going to show up and be in the episode. But we're recording this. I got to go to work in like 4 hours.
Same.
Couldn't be me. And if you gotta wake up for work in 4 hours, just remember, we've got you covered. Because we're your ace in the hole.
I'm going to die.
Catch you on down the road. Yeah.